The PlayStation 1 had about a bajillion good RPGs on it, and a very notable one is missing from this list. Here's the top 10 best RPGs for the PlayStation 1. Number 10, Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross centers on a young man named Surge who finds himself transported to an alternate world where he drowned as a child. Do you think they just called him Dude until he died? I mean, how's that work? As Surge explores this parallel reality, he discovers a multifaceted plot involving dimensions, time travel, and a world-threatening event known as the Time Devourer. The narrative unfolds as Surge gathers a diverse group of characters, each with their own motivations and connections to the overarching plot. The game explores themes of identity and fate and the consequences of manipulating time and reality. As the player, you have to navigate a web of interwoven destinies, making crucial decisions that affect the outcome, and ultimately confront this time devourer to save both of the worlds. Chrono Cross is known for its intricate timeline and being related to, of course, Chrono Trigger. Yes, I know it's related to Chrono Trigger, and I know that you know. The game offers multiple endings based on the player choices throughout the journey, which gives it a lot of replayability. It being 10 on my list isn't a testament to how bad it is, it's a testament to how incredible the PlayStation 1 library is. So let's keep looking. Number 9, Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve follows Aya Bray, a New York City cop who's attending the opera at Carnegie Hall. Things take a turn for the weird when everyone starts bursting into flames. Aya discovers that the main actor in the opera has gained the ability to control mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. As the city descends into chaos due to the mutated creatures spawned by Melissa's powers, Aya sets out to stop the threat and uncover the mysteries behind the incident. This awesome RPG has elements of science fiction, genetics, and the supernatural. Aya delves into the origins of her own mitochondrial abilities and faces the challenge of preventing the evolution of a new and dangerous species. The game explores themes of evolution and identity and the consequences of scientific experimentation gone wrong. The combat is typical RPG sort of stuff, except you move your character freely around on the battlefield. The weapons and such in this game are modern things like batons and guns. It's really cool stuff and certainly deserving of a spot on the top 10. Number 8, The Legend of Dragoon. The Legend of Dragoon is a game about a young warrior named Dart Feld who wants revenge for the death of his parents and the destruction of his hometown by a mysterious villain called the Blight Monster. So basically it's an RPG. As Dart pursues his revenge, he gets caught up in a much bigger conflict and, RPG antics ensue. Along the way, Dart is joined by a group of other Dragoons, each with their own unique magical transformations that give them immense strength. The party moves towards their destiny with a player at the helm. The game explores themes of love, betrayal, and the consequences of tampering with ancient forces. The unique thing in the combat is the system of button presses in Dragoon form. It's super active, and it's really engaging for turn-based combat. This game has certainly reclaimed some of its lost popularity, as many people champion it as like one of the best RPGs on the PlayStation 1. But again, there's just so many more. Number 7, Grandia. Grandia is a classic JRPG about a young boy named Justin who dreams of becoming an adventurer like his dad. He's fascinated by an ancient civilization, so he sets off on a journey with his friends to discover its secrets and unlock the mysteries of the world. Along the way, they encounter some military-like forces that are looking to claim technology for their destructive purposes.
And it must stop!
Along the way, they uncover the true nature of the world, and it all boils down to that ancient conflict between good and between evil. I particularly think the art in this game is glorious. I'm a sucker for a coming-of-age story, so this game more than earns its spot. Justin and Sue and the other characters they meet along the way are super endearing, and it's easy to find yourself enthralled in their quest. Number 6, Valkyrie Profile. Valkyrie Profile is a game about a Valkyrie named Lilith who works for Odin, the chief god of the Norse pantheon. Lilith's job, and your job by extension, is to recruit and train the souls of fallen warriors to fight the final battle of Ragnarok. The game explores themes of destiny, sacrifice, and the impending apocalypse. The story begins with Lilith waking up with no memory of her past. Odin guides her to gather powerful souls before Ragnarok arrives, and so Lilith travels through different realms, meeting various characters with tragic tales, and they're real freaking sad. The choices you make in the game affect the ending and, of course, the fate of the characters. Part of Lilith's journey includes some self-discovery and the reasons behind her current state. The game delves into the lives of each of these people, revealing their personal personal struggles and the events that led to their deaths, and again, it can be really depressing at times. But that makes for good storytelling. Give me something sad. The gameplay in this one is a bit different too, as each character on the battle screen has a button assigned to them. Making them attack at different times and in different orders makes each fight a bit of a puzzle, as you're trying to figure out the best way to break defenses and work massive damage. It is an awesome and underutilized battle system, that's for sure. Number 5, Xenogears. Xenogears? Number 5? Don't get mad, or do, whatever. It's a great game, but again, there's just so many to choose from. Now, Xenogears, that's a thinking man's game. Maybe that's why it's 5 on my list. It explores some deep stuff like identity and religion, and the nature of existence. The story follows Fei Fangguang, a young man living in a desert village. The game kicks off when Fei's village is attacked, and he has to pilot a mysterious giant robot to defend his home. As Fei gets pulled into a larger conflict, he uncovers a vast conspiracy involving powerful organizations, ancient civilizations, and the existence of godlike beings called Gears. Yes, Gears. The game delves into the history of the world and the struggles between various factions in the world. As the story unfolds, players learn about Fei's complicated past.
I don't know. Who am I?
His connections to key characters, and the role he plays in the grand cosmic drama. There are themes of love and loss and the consequences of unchecked ambition here. The game also explores the relationship between humans and their creations, particularly these gears. Xenogears is a long and complex game, and it's actually pretty complex when you consider the narrative. It's a very challenging narrative. It's certainly not one for the faint of heart, but it's one of the most championed RPGs of all time, and for good reason. Number 4, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. Ooh, he thinks Lunar Silver Star Story is better than Xenogears. I do, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete is about as classic as it comes. It's a tale of adventure, of friendship, and the battle between good and evil. The story follows Alex, a young boy from the village of Berg, who dreams of becoming a dragon master like his hero Dying. Accompanied by his friends Luna and Ramus, Alex embarks on a journey to become the next dragon master and to uncover the mysteries of the goddess Althena. As Alex and his party explore the world of Lunar, they encounter various characters, many of whom are super funny, face challenges, and they discover a growing threat from the Magic Emperor, who seeks to exploit the power of Althena for his own ambitions. And it's up to you as Alex and your friends to stop this, to thwart this. The narrative is filled with moments of humor, of drama, and character development. Luna, in particular, plays a significant role in the story, adding a wild and deep emotional connection to the plot. By the end, you were really cheering for these characters in a game whose scope is super understated for the first half of the game. The exploration of courage and sacrifice and the enduring power of friendship makes for a classic game that's hard to put down once you've started. Combat is sort of basic, but your characters move around the battlefield and attack, sometimes multiple times, and there's consideration for position of heroes and enemies, but it's not gridded. So it's a bit different from many other turn-based RPGs of the time, but it's also very fun. One of the most notable aspects of Lunar Silver Star Story Complete is its presentation in general. To be so generic, one may argue, the game features stellar animated cutscenes, voice acting, and a vibrant world filled with memorable characters. Number 3, Suikoden 2. Suikoden 2 is the story of a young hero who gets caught up in a war between city-states. The game starts with the main character and his best friend participating in a military exercise that goes wrong.
Let's go bust some scuds!
Leading to a series of events that separate the two friends and put them on opposite sides of the conflict. The war escalates as political intrigue, betrayal, and the involvement of a mystical force known as the Beast Room come into play. The main character, now the leader of the Liberation Army, seeks to unite the city-states against the Highland Kingdom's aggression.
And it must stop!
Meanwhile, your buddy rises through the ranks in the Highland Kingdom, and this creates a personal and ideological conflict between the two former friends. As the story unfolds, players can recruit a vast cast of 108 characters, each with their own unique stories and abilities. But you don't have to, so hey, take it easy if you want. The game explores themes of loyalty and sacrifice and the consequences of war, and it shows us this right to our face. This game has such an incredible cast of characters, it's large in number and range, and it's just so solid. It's a traditional turn-based battle system, but the beautiful 2D sprites have kept this game in the upper echelon of PS1 RPGs basically since it released. There's just so much to love about that game. Number 2, Final Fantasy VII. You knew it had to be on this list, right? I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII. It doesn't matter if you're a fan or not. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. This game follows the conflict between an eco-terrorist group, Avalanche, and the mega corporation Shinra Electric Power Company. The story takes a wild turn when Cloud Strife, the main character, a former soldier turned mercenary, joins Avalanche's fight against Shinra. As the story unfolds, the focus expands beyond Midgard, the city that you start, into a global scale, where Cloud and his peeps become embroiled in the battle against old Sephiroth, a former member of Soldier with a dark agenda to harness the power of the planet and to invade Smash Brothers or something. This guy's busy. The story weaves themes of identity, environmentalism, and the consequences of unchecked technological advancement. Sure, we have the reach, but do we have the grasp? You know what I mean? The game explores the impact of the characters' personal histories, including Cloud's mysterious past. Of course, it's an RPG, right? Aerith's connection to the planet, and Sephiroth's descent into madness. This might be one of the most famous RPGs of all time. And it was worthy enough to get a set of 3 games for remakes, years and years after it came out, and these have expanded on the story and sought to make it fresh. It's certainly a game where you can challenge the status quo about it, but you can't deny its huge appeal to so many people. So what game can I possibly come up with to top Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 1? How about the best tactical game to ever be made? Number 1, Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics is a tactical RPG set in the war-torn kingdom of Ivalice. The story follows Ramza, a noble who gets caught up in a complex political and religious conflict. The game starts with a war of succession after the king dies, and these subsequent power struggles lead to a bunch of betrayals and conspiracies.
Long live the king.
As Ramza tries to uncover the truth behind the events unfolding in his country, he discovers a plot involving the manipulation of political figures by a shadowy church organization. The church wants to revive an ancient evil by exploiting the War of the Lions, the war that's currently going down, and using this chaos to further their own agenda.
Chaos is a ladder.
The narrative explores themes of class disparity, political intrigue, and the consequences of war. This plot is pretty daggone mature, honestly, and the gameplay is just bonkers good. It's so addictive discovering new classes and trying out new combinations on the battlefield. There's a reason that this game is still talked about so highly after so many years, and that's because it's the best RPG on the PlayStation 1.